Hello, let's quickly go over our time clock system. A time clock system is designed to work for all your employees. All employees can badge in and badge out. It'll automatically keep track of their vacation time, their sick time, and so forth. If you're a mechanic, you can actually badge in and also use this function here where you can log into your different jobs and keep track of your jobs. Now, when they're logging into the jobs, they can also use a tablet, which many of our customers are using. So now they can take the tablet out to where they're working on their product. They can automatically log in and log out, put in any notes, and actually type in parts and products for the jobs. Let's just give you a quick scenario of how this works. If I'm an employee and I just want to badge in, now I could type in my initials and passwords, or I could just have a barcode, scan them, and scan it in. It knows I'm beginning the work at this particular time, and now I'm on the job. Now, if I'm a mechanic, I can log into a particular job a couple of different ways. If it's pre-assigned to me, where somebody automatically assigned that job to me, I can go here, and these are the jobs that are assigned for me for today. And I can pick the job I want to work on. Now that I picked this job, I have the option of printing exactly what I need to do. If I don't have the work order, I can print it out. I can look at any notes that there might be on the job. I can look at anything I want about the particular product, where it's located, and so forth. In this case, I just told the computer I am now working on that particular work order. Now, if I'm the boss, I can get into the administrative controls. Administrative controls, you have to have administrative options to get into any of these things. Obviously, I can run reports, and I can get reports on employees, like both employee service. What that'll do, that'll give me a report, and I'll give you a demonstration of that, of how many hours a particular person works and how many hours they actually worked on particular jobs. Employee status. Anytime I wish, I can click here, and this will show me exactly what's going on. Now, obviously, I just have one person working. He badged in at 9:44. He started working on this particular job right here. I would see all my employees, what time they actually started work. If it's a mechanic, what they're working on. I can actually click here and see, okay, these jobs are done. These jobs are what he's working on now. He's working on this one right here. Okay, now when that mechanic is done, he would go over here and he would badge out. And it knows he's working on that job. And so now when he's badging out, he has the options of saying, okay, this is how long you worked on it. If the job is done, I can click here. That way it will color code it and I'll know that job is complete. I can click here. And in this case, I can put a note that the customer is going to see. So this would be a note that I want the customer to see on the bill. I also can put a private note, which is a note that the customer will never see. It'll just be for my eyes only. I also can add any parts. If I need to add a part to a particular job, obviously, I can actually also, if mechanics are not allowed to put parts on an invoice, they can create a pick list, and then the parts person has to put the parts on a particular invoice. So I can pretty much do anything I want here. Also, notice that all the time it takes to do my paperwork, it's get added to the time. So if it takes me 5 minutes to put my notes in, 5 minutes to put the parts on, do any work, it's all going to be added to the total time. If I'm totally done now, I can just say, okay, my job is done, and I'm good to go here. Now, if I'm the boss, I can look here, and I can see this particular person started working here. Now he's working on this job right here, and this is how long he worked. Now, there again, if you don't do pre-assigned jobs, you would just give them a work order number. I would barge back in again, would type in the work order, and I'll pick the job that we want. Maybe we're going to do the shrink wrapping. And there again, I can print out the instructions on what I need to do. Now, on that work order, it would have the boat location and all the information that you would want to have put on your work order. So now if I'm the big boss, I'm clicking here, and there again, I can see he's working now on this job right here. So that's how easy it works. When he wants to go home for the day, or he's going to lunch and he's leaving the building, he would click right here. Now it's telling me I can't leave because I'm still working on this job. He's a mechanic. Okay, so for him to leave, he needs to badge out. And there again, I'd put my notes in. And now if I wants to leave, he's leaving the building. Now if I look at my employee status, I can see that he came in, he worked on these 2 jobs, and now he left. Now, let's take a look at, a day where we've got a little bit more activity. Okay, so here, if we look at this here, we can see that this same person, this is when he came in. This is when he started working on the job. He worked on these 3 jobs right here. He left for lunch, obviously, came back here. Now, if we look in the morning, we paid him 4.25 hours. He only worked on service work orders for 3.45. So he's almost 45 minutes of time that we didn't bill out. He also came back in the afternoon. He came back at 1:49. He worked on this job here. 1:48. Worked on this job here for 2 hours. Worked on another job here. And this is what I had. So on the course of the day, this is what he totally worked as far as what he was in the building. This is what we did for service. Now, we also have some really nice reports that you can run that keeps track of that kind of stuff. So if I go in here and I want to run a report, and maybe I just want to see this date right here. And there again, you can now get reports and telling you exactly what's going on. This is everything this particular customer did, all the jobs he worked on, and we can actually see right here, total hours worked, 8.11, total service hours, 6.11. So there is almost 2 hours that we can't account for, obviously, we did not bill out for. And it'll keep track of sick time, vacation time, and any other type of times that you want to keep track of. So this is just a quick scenario. There's a lot more detail to this, and it does many, many more nice features. But this is to give you a quick overview of what you can do and how you can keep track of your employees and see exactly, okay, this particular mechanic worked 40 hours, but we only billed out 30. So those are nice reports to take a look at. Have a great day. If you need to see more information, just give us a call.